Hello, 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 everyone, and welcome. Orgena Rose here, and I am so glad that you are here with me. And I'm so glad that I have my amazing guest today. She is a beautiful divine being and is the founder of the Liberated Voice. Please welcome Jackie Graves. Welcome,
Woo!
Jackie.
Thank you. I feel so good when you say it like that. The liberated voice.
Gotta
Yes.
be said like that, the liberated voice, right? Because that's a big word. That's a powerful word. And your work is so powerful in the world. So I am really, really glad you are here. So I'm going to allow you to tell our amazing audience out there about yourself and who you are.
Yes. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Georgina. I'm so happy to be here. It is really an honor, a joy, a pleasure, a privilege to be with such an amazing sister as yourself and leader. And I'm just wondering if folks who are watching have ever felt like they struggle with their self-expression. If they ever feel like, when it's time for you to speak, your heart starts to race and your hands are shaking and you just feel like, I can't get these words out. I don't even know what to say. Like, it's so hard. It's so painful. And honestly, so many people have this struggle, which is why I really created the Liberated Voice program. So I'm Jackie Graves. I help women leaders, coaches, healers, creatives, and entrepreneurs to heal, empower, and activate their voices so they can step out and change the world. I'm an author, an educator, and a soul voice activator. And I've taught for over 30 years, and the last 17 years at the college level teaching English and creative writing. And I am also a multidimensional energy healer, a light worker, shamanista, and priestess.
Woo! Now that's saying a mouthful right there.
Yes, I have many titles and I own them all.
There you go. Wearing all the hats, wearing all the hats. I
Yeah.
love it. I love it. And isn't that just how life is, right? So many of us, we are on our journeys and we've worn this hat and then this one calls and then this one calls and many of us get to just kind of integrate them all somehow and continue into life. But I love your work. I absolutely, I have seen you in action already and you are truly a multidimensional being, an absolute amazing light on this planet. So I love that you have just really shown up and are shining your light just that much even brighter in the world. So thank you. Thank you. It's my honor.
Really is a pleasure. I think so many of us get put into boxes. We all are really multidimensional. We all have so many gifts. And
Here
then
it
we
is.
get put into this box where it's like, this is your job and this is your one title. And yet we have so many gifts we want to share and shine. So thank you for acknowledging that. And I see that in so many people I work with. Yeah.
So true. So, so true. So I love that you see, the challenge. It's been your own journey. And so tell us now about that. Like, how have you seen that show up for people? Uh, Tell us a bit more about your own journey
Yeah.
into coming to this place yourself. Yeah.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It would be a pleasure. So I was a very successful English and creative writing teacher for many, many years at Laney College in Oakland, where I loved serving our very diverse, amazing community of students. And my students loved me. They would tell me every day, you changed my life. Like I was the kid who never wanted to talk in class, but I wanted to speak in your class. I wanted to share, or I never thought I'd write a book, much less 3 books, or publish a poem, or be in an anthology, or read my poem from a stage. And I knew I was making this incredible difference in my students' lives. And yet I was exhausted. I was drained. I was grading hundreds and hundreds of papers and serving on all these committees and planning lesson plans and just feeling overgiving to everyone in my life, my students, my family, my husband. It was just, I was in pain. My back ached, my shoulders ached, my jaw ached from like clenching and grinding my teeth. I was really in agony, but people didn't see it from the outside. So it felt very lonely and painful. I knew I was doing this incredible work, and yet I was dying inside. I felt like a part of me was dying. I desired to write a book. I desired to bring out more of my gifts into the world, and yet I felt that I couldn't. So in California, where I teach and have taught for many years, there's a there's a separate pension system, the California teachers system, that's separate from Social Security. So I'd put in all these years, and yet I didn't feel like I could leave my job, because if I left, I'd have nothing, not no Social Security, no security net, no nothing. And I had the job everybody at my college wanted to get. So many people were teaching part-time and piecing it together at multiple colleges to have a full-time tenured position with a salary and benefits and a pension. People don't walk away from that in my world. They just don't. It's like, that's the dream. You made it. And yet here I was feeling stuck, like parts of myself were not being expressed and met and seen in my life. And I really knew I had more of myself to bring out into the world. I really felt called to start bringing my spiritual gifts out into the world. And yet I felt stuck. And I know there's so many people who feel stuck in different jobs and are not being able to bring their work out into the world, or their gifts, or even have enough room in their lives to envision what it is they truly want to be and do and create. And I was in that space. I thought, I can't retire. I'm too young to retire. I'm never going to get out of here. Even though I know I'm doing great work, it's just still this stuck feeling. And what happened was I continued following the call step by step, developing my spiritual gifts and building my business while continuing to show up and teach at the college. And I found out that I could retire at 55, which turned out to be, only a year away. And I realized I was actually being set up to launch my spiritual business in a beautiful transitional way. Like I could transition into something that provided for me. I would have a base of a pension, not the full pension, but it was something I could build my business on top of. And I realized it's not just me. It's like we get stuck into thinking there's no way out. But once we start following the call, step by step, micro step by micro step, if need be, a way opens up out of no way. There's possibility where we never saw it before. Yeah.
Oh, isn't that the truth right there? I love that. A way is made where there seems there was no way.
Yes.
Oh, love that. It's so absolutely true. Just
Yeah.
holding on to the vision, holding on to the dream, and holding on to it with faith, even if it's just a shred, right? A thread of
Yeah.
faith. Just holding on to that.
Yes.
And and indeed it does open. It's amazing. Oh, I love that. I love that. It's just a beautiful miracle. And it's what I call the divine setup, right? So you had already had within yourself this feeling, this sense, this calling for something deeper, for something more, for something higher. And you knew this is what was in you, ready to come through.
Yes.
And with fear and trepidation, right? You just took step by step and just explored, just leaned in, just felt into it and, and reached out for help. And that to me is just the biggest. That's everything, right?
Yes.
Getting those skills, getting the support, getting, whatever information, resources, et cetera, that you need to see the dream come to fruition. So, brava to you for having the courage to even take the steps because that's everything, right?
Yes.
So many people won't even take the steps. They just say, "Oh, I can't see it. I can't see how that's going to happen." So they don't even take one step. This is what I love about MLK, right? Martin Luther King, who said, "You just need to take the first step. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You don't
Yes.
have to see how it's all going to unfold. You can
Yeah.
just take that first step." So beautiful to you for doing that. So well
Yes.
done. Well
Yeah.
done. Beautiful. And
Thank
so for those people who are out there who feel exactly as you did, they are now in that stuck position. They hear the call, they feel it, they sense it, but they're just feeling stuck. What are you seeing happening for them? How is
So,
that showing up for them? Yeah.
oh, yeah. So a lot of people struggle the way I did to express themselves. So maybe they're working in a job where they feel undervalued and underpaid. They're not speaking up to ask for a raise. Maybe they're having their voices are not heard. They do speak up, but nobody seems to be recognizing what they're contributing. Maybe
Mhm.
somebody else is actually getting the credit for their ideas. Maybe they're dimming their light to fit in to the box that is their title, and they're not supposed to go outside of that. So maybe they're afraid that somebody's going to judge them for the bigness of their idea or the radicalness of the transition that they're proposing. Um, Maybe they're feeling overworked and tired, and they're exhausted and drained, and physically their bodies are aching. Um, they might have neck or back or shoulder pain or jaw pain. They might have thyroid issues or anxiety or heart issues. Um, they may
Blood
be
pressure.
having blood pressure. Exactly. They might even have problems in their relationships because they're not speaking their truth. So they might be overgiving and feeling resentful. They might be in a situation where they don't even want to have sex with their partner or their husband because they are so tired of giving and giving and giving. And it just feels like, I don't even want to give that. I don't even want to be there. I don't want to be
Right.
participating in that.
Mhm.
So there's many ways that it shows up
Yeah.
um, for people. People get stressed out. They feel like they just have to perform all the
Mm.
time.
Yeah.
Or a lot of what I see too is the imposter syndrome. It's like they're doing this job, they're doing a great job, but they feel like they're going to get found out all the time that they're a fraud and that they've been sort of faking it all along. You know that
Mhm.
one? So there's
Yes.
a lot of ways that it shows up when people are not speaking their truth.
Ooh. Ooh. Yes. And these are all the symptoms, if you will, of having a stifled voice,
Yes.
right? Of having your voice, you're not even allowing sometimes to say our own truth to ourselves.
Mm,
Yeah. Like
yeah.
that first step of even speaking the truth to
Wow.
our own selves, allowing our dreams to even be spoken aloud. Yeah. So all those experiences, all those are symptoms that you just named so powerfully.
Yes.
That's exactly what I think so many people will identify with.
And
Yeah.
it's a deep ache.
Yeah.
It's soul longing to
Mhm.
express your truth. And it hurts, it's
Mhm.
agonizing, it's painful.
Mhm.
You feel trapped.
Mhm.
Sometimes you don't even want to be here on this planet. I know I had those moments where I felt that way. You feel so
Yes.
stuck and so isolated and so alone that you cannot um, express what it is you're really here to be and do. So that's
Yeah.
really what I help women do now. I really help
Mm.
women leaders to connect to their soul truth, connect to their hearts, connect to their soul purpose, their reason for being here on this planet. Like we
Yes.
have a purpose. Our voices matter. We are powerful. We are powerful creators of our lives. And when we start to connect to that truth, it unlocks everything. It's like step by step by step, the world starts to shapeshift and you create the reality you desire. You create the life you desire. You experience bliss and soul liberation. And
Mhm.
you have a massive impact on the people around you, on the world around you. You create what you envision. You bring that into reality through your liberated voice.
Yes. Woo!
So
That
good.
is that is what the liberated voice does. That's what a liberated voice does. Oh,
Yes.
I love that. Ooh, that
Yes.
just makes you wanna dance. It just makes you wanna makes you wanna sing, makes you wanna shout. So
Yes. Yes. It's like you get to do that. You get to create that. You get to create such an experience and feeling in your life of
yeah,
joy and celebration of who you are, who you
we
really truly are.
truly are.
Yes, you don't have to fit into the box someone else created. You don't have to pretend to be someone else. You don't have to pretend to be you. You get to be you. It's so
You just get to
liberating.
be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you get to love you too. So
yeah,
many people
that's huge.
struggle with that self-love piece. So that's a huge
That's
part of liberating your voice, is coming back to the awareness, the knowledge, the deep knowing that you are love. We
we
are
are.
all divine. We are all created in the image and likeness of the divine, and God doesn't make mistakes. We're
Oh,
all this
not one.
beautiful love. Yes. When we can
Oh,
wake up to that and remember that, it is really true liberation, and express that and
yes,
create from that place.
that's it.
True liberation.
That's it. I love that because it is all three of those that are really, really important is waking up to the awareness of that, expressing it within your own self, and then operating, living, creating from that place.
Absolutely.
That's everything. That's everything. That's a liberated voice. That's a liberated life. I love too.
Yes. Yes. It's so good. I say I get to be an ambassador of bliss.
There it is, right? Because that's the result. That's what happens when you're really living from that, when you really have that so deeply. And it's a journey, right? So like we just get to go deeper and deeper and deeper in that truth more and more as we go throughout our lives. Because I'm sure some of the people listening, they've had moments of it, they've had maybe a peak of it. And maybe something happened and it kind of threw them off and threw them out of alignment and threw them back into that place. And it's about then reconnecting, right? Reconnecting to this truth and then going deeper in it, going deeper in that.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Because I know that's something that happened for me, right? Like I was living in that liberated, limitless place, just felt like I was on cloud nine, flying high. And, you know, if I thought it, not even spoke it, if I just even thought it, it was manifesting. It was like that. So, and then things happen, right? And then life happens and then things show up. And it's like how to handle that and to work through those energies. And so I love that you add that energetic piece to that, and the healing piece to that, because I believe that's so needed, to just kind of help get us back on the path and in our flow and more open and more
Yes.
deeper in that liberated place. Yeah.
Yes. To me, energy doesn't lie. They say that like our words communicate only 10% of what we're actually communicating to people. And the
Right.
rest is, nonverbal communication, but it's really our energy. It's
Energy.
really our energy that we're putting out there and end up
Yeah.
bringing back what we put out there. So that's why I love being a multidimensional energy healer and shamanista, because I help people heal their energy, get their energy back to their truth of who they are. So
Mhm.
just like in a garden, you want to pull the weeds out by the root so that they don't come back. You want to get to the root of the blocks that are preventing you from really seeing your true self and from speaking it and expressing it into the world. So, I really help women get to the root of their blocks so that it's permanent and it doesn't come back, and they can continue to evolve and grow and express and create what it is they truly desire to create. So, yeah, I just love that. I feel like with energy healing, we do get back to like the unique expression of who we are. And
Mhm.
like energy is everything, really. So,
Everything.
like
Absolutely everything.
on a Zoom call, I can tune into your energy field over a long
Mhm.
distance, and I can look
Mhm.
into where the blocks are showing up in your body. So for me, a lot of my blocks were in my throat, but
Yeah.
different people, the blocks show up in different places. And once we
Mhm.
can see them, I can help remove them and get you back
Mhm.
in the flow of your natural expression, your expression
That's
of who you are as a divine loving being, as a
it.
beautiful creator in this world. And it's just so beautiful to be able to really connect to your truth and your purpose. Start to
Mhm.
clearly see what it is you really want to create. It's like our soul mission. We get to live from that place.
Yes. Oh, that's so delicious. Our soul mission.
Yeah.
Yes. Because we're all here on one.
Yes.
Every
Like
single
for
one of us.
example, when you were flying high and doing all these great things, I'm sure you were expressing a lot of your soul truth. But then whatever crashed and burned that didn't work out
Right.
probably was a wake-up call for you to get onto a path where you could express even more of yourself. So I feel like a lot of the times these, we feel like it's a failure and we tell ourselves a story that, oh, I failed and this didn't work out. But really it's a message that we get to wake up to. We get to remove that old story so we can come back to the truth of who we are. A lot of people I work with, the women I see, have a lot of limiting beliefs from their childhood. I know that I had a very traumatic childhood. I know many women I serve have. So, like a lot of times when we experience trauma, that experience gets imprinted into our bodies and we lock it in and we continue to act out the same behavior over and over and over again. We may consciously say, I want to make money, I want to serve people, but we're actually acting out this very wounded part of ourselves that happened when we were very young. And so with energy healing, we can actually look at that block, we can see the truth of it. Oh, I'm not a bad person because my parents were fighting. They were fighting because they were having their own stuff and they couldn't figure it out. Why did I take that on to myself to think that I'm a bad person and that I don't deserve good things to come to me, or that it's all my responsibility to clear all this up? And everywhere I go, I feel overly responsible to solve everybody else's problems. And I'm not receiving as much as I'm giving. So we get to clear that, come back to the truth, the innocence, the joy of being a child who just expresses and plays for the delight of life.
Right. Yes, because that's what happens when we clear all of that old gunk, the old energy, the old stories, the old programming.
Yes.
We are freed. We are indeed liberated to be
Yes.
the light, loving, joyful, peaceful, fun beings that we are. That's who we truly are. The love. Just we get to flow so much easier
Yes.
and be so much lighter, right? In our journey. So oh, I love how you just even lit up as you were talking about that.
So good. It's so good.
It
I
is.
was just thinking about a client that I was on the Zoom call with today. If I could share a little story.
Please
Uh,
do.
it was amazing because she was planning to reach out to a potential client and was having all of these like technical difficulties and problems, and I could see like the wobble in her energy. And
Yes.
so I just brought in the healing and the clearing of that energy. And 45 minutes later, she was on a Zoom call telling me that she landed a $50,000 client and a $20,000 client in 45 minutes after that healing.
What?
Isn't that
What?
amazing?
Oh
This
my God, I love
energy
that
was
story.
clear to come into alignment with what she was really truly there to create. This client was meant for her. It just like she had some wobbles in her own energy field that was
That's it.
preventing her from receiving what was divinely intended for her. And we all have that. We all have that. We all have gifts. We all have blessings that are waiting for us to come through. And we get to get out of our own way. We get to clear and heal our energy so we can actually come back to what is meant for us. The divine has so
Oh,
many blessings for us.
that is the truth. That is the truth. A wealth of abundance truly is
Yeah.
just already there waiting for us to, yes, clear the gunk, clear it out so that we can just be in the flow of it. Oh my gosh, that is an amazing story. That's really, really powerful.
It was
Holy
a
moly.
it
That
was
says so much
joyful.
about your healing gifts. That says so much about the gift that you are and the gift that you get to be for the people who you serve. I mean, how amazing is that?
It's
How
beautiful.
powerful.
And I'm thinking about another woman who I recently worked with who, when I went into her energy field, she had a block in her heart. I could see it. And with her permission, I removed it. And at the end of the session, we were just sort of talking about, what transpired, what happened. And she told me the night before she had been having heart palpitations and thought she was going to have to go to the ER because she thought she might be having a heart attack. And it's amazing to me because that healing happened, it's quantum, it happened so quickly. And
Yes.
that healing saved her thousands of dollars of hospital bills and thousands of hours of anxiety and worry and fear. And I
And
feel
damage to her body.
exactly
Yeah,
like
yes,
who knows what
yeah,
it
who
would
knows, really?
have. So I do feel so blessed to be able to share this healing with people. It's the blessing and calling of my life. And I
Oh,
think about it like that, the scared English teacher who didn't want to leave her job security. And it's like, I get to live this ecstatic path.
mm,
I get to
and
help
help others.
women,
That's
leaders,
right.
be
Yeah,
who they're truly meant to be and create the impact they want to create, to help and build and create the world we really want to see. To me, it's
that's
like
it.
about it's time to create heaven on earth. Like I
That's it.
honestly truly believe we're living in that time. These are the times we've been waiting for. Our ancestors prayed for this time. We have access
Yes.
now. Yeah.
Woo! That is so well said, so powerful and so true.
It's
So absolutely true. And I love that you are being a divine messenger in this way, answering your call to help others to step into who they truly are and be, create heaven on earth right here and right now. Thank you so much, Jackie, for
mm,
saying yes to your calling. How can people, I mean, I'm sure everyone who's watching, who's listening, who's tuned in are indeed already receiving a blessing. I know I'm already feeling the energy of
mm,
what you are bringing, the bliss, that
mm,
open channel, the clear, beautiful, loving light energy that you are embodying right now. Thank you so much for bringing that to us, to this beautiful time that we have together. Thank you. And how else can people connect in with
mm.
you and just receive something right now or right after to continue in this beautiful energy?
Oh, thank you so much. It's such a joy. It really is. It's so good to be here with you. Oh, yes. Well, I would love to share. I have a free gift. It's an activate your voice meditation. So it's really good. I feel like it helps to bring a journal. And if there's something that you're desiring to say, or even if you're unclear about what you want to say, or a situation that's troubling you, and you feel that there's something you need to say to somebody that's going to change things for you, but you're afraid maybe it's going to come out wrong, or you're going to mess it up by speaking your truth. This meditation is going to align you with your heart and activate you in your throat so that you can speak your truth with courage, confidence, and clarity and achieve a shift in your life that will really help you and bless you. So you can go to jackiegraves.com/gift, and
Mhm.
it is a very nurturing experience to have.
Oh, oh, I know that it is. I would absolutely highly recommend everyone watching to run, do not walk, and go grab that gift. We will have the link, of course, below so that people can access that gift. Thank you for your generosity, for your open-heartedness to want to help people right here and right now. Uh, those who are listening to already have that shift, that activation for their voice. Thank you. Thank you for that gift.
Yes.
Ah, my goodness, this has been amazing. This has been an activation, I think, already. Already, I'm activated. I'm just lit up already just from this journey with you energetically of just hearing all that you are doing, the ways that you're already helping to shift women's lives out there. Thank you for showing up as the beautiful divine being that you are and letting your light shine in its fullness. Thank you for this time together, Jackie.
Oh, thank you so much, Orgena. It's my delight to be here.
Big love and big blessings to you, and big love and big blessings to all of you out there. And remember, it is all about love. Bye bye for now.